everybody of what all that stuff was in. What's that?
Like a more organized one?
Well, the one
Is
I
that
had
you
on,
mean, or?
I mean, so the Excel one was for me to organize all the information, and then Danielle created a worksheet off of just the studio stuff.
Okay.
And we just don't have one for the electronics checklist. And I figure maybe you could kind of go through some of that with them. Would you rather go through it with them during class or just put together a list that they can go through?
I'll put together a list. I honestly don't know the stuff that's in there that well.
Okay.
So
maybe just get a list together for your hours today based off of that Excel spreadsheet, and then maybe email it to me and I'll adjust it, and then I'll get ready to talk about it on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. Then, so I think what we want to do for today, because I'm going to have a 4-year-old bust in here in a little bit, acting like he's not sick. I'm going to go ahead and pull up, let's see here. My brain is a little fried. I'm just kind of up late. Let's see. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking for. Let's see, class. All right, I'm going to share my screen here a little bit. Open share tray, desktop. Okay, so I want to take what I want to get into this week, everybody, is I want to get into the Arduino stuff. So Paul's going to put together a little check sheet. I'll go through that with you Thursday so we can go through the rest of your toolkit and determine what's in there. I doubt you're missing anything, but in case you are, so we can get you some new stuff. But it's mostly the electronic stuff. And I want to get into soldering soon. I want to get into the electronics. So I think I'm going to have you guys look through that Arduino handbook a little bit on the first exercise we're going to do. So let me go ahead and pull that up. So it's going to be the Arduino Starter Kit. And I'm just going to download it. It's going to be faster if you just download it than trying to look at it here. So let's go ahead and just kind of go. You can see my screen, right, Paul? Okay.
Yep.
So, you know, a table of contents, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what's all in here. Okay, I think I want you guys to just start right here. I mean, you can start this first page of 000. So it looks like it's page number like 6. And of course, it doesn't have a page number written on the book. Just read through here from the beginning. It's going to talk about parts in your kit. Now, you guys don't have all these parts, but I still want you to read through and get familiar. This is like the videos I had you read. I don't expect you guys to know everything. I want you to get familiar with some things so that when we do our stuff on Thursday, I'm going to bring out the Arduino. We're going to actually do our first exercise in here. We're going to use our breadboard. We're going to use the wires. We'll use some resistors. We'll use an LED and some switches. So we'll do our first tutorial. But I want you guys today. I was going to have us go through all this and get familiar, but I'll just have you guys do that on your own at your own time. Just kind of read through here. It might look like a long thing to read through, but there's a lot of pictures and stuff in here, so it's not that bad, and there's hardly any words. And then they show you some stuff for some schematics. So again, I don't expect you guys to memorize this stuff. I just expect you to start getting familiar with it. And then they're going to talk about the board. Now, this board is different than the board you guys have, but I want you to read through this so you understand what some of this stuff is, because it does translate over to Arduino. You know, that one has a micro USB instead of a USB. It doesn't have a power connector. We'll talk about all those differences, but I want you to get familiar with the board and kind of an idea what's going on here. I would like you to skip pages 12. So maybe, Paul, you could just do a little assignment thing and just write, you know, skip pages for the Arduino starter books, skip pages 12 through 12 and 13, just skip those. Okay. Okay, so they're going to take you to Windows installation on page 16. Mac installation. I'd like you guys to download the versions of Arduino. So, you know, update the most recent version, but they'll take you through that. You can just type in Arduino. and you want to download the version of this. We do have it on our computers at school too, so if you want to access those computers, Arduino, you do not have to, I think you'll probably still have to download this stuff. If anybody can't download because their computer or problems, please let me know. But we should be able to download this. It doesn't take up that much memory, and we need to download it because we need to use our actual computers to load these, not the computers at school. So go through the installation, get it installed on your computer, so that'll save us some time. Let's see. And then you can skip pages 18. Let's see. Skip pages 18 and 19 as well. And then let's see what they got here. So then they have you go through this one exercise. I'm going to look through real quick, see if we need to do this. It's really good. I would keep reading because they're going to talk about the circuits. They're going to talk about the breadboard. So I know we're on page 20 something, but really this is some, there's not a lot of words on a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of pictures. Continue through here, draw the circuit. You're not going to actually physically do this. I just want you to review the pages. They're basically taking a power line and a ground line and lighting up an LED. Just review it. You don't have to actually do this. Then they're going to talk about the components. 1 second. Yeah, buddy.
Something that I saw.
Are you okay? Hey, go wash your face. You got yogurt on your face. All right.
Hey, Daddy, I gotta do something. I gotta put this right there.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So it's going to have you look over, the first components are LEDs and resistors. So keep reading through this because this is going to be for our first thing that we do as well. And then let's see here. I think I'll have you guys skip this one. So you can also skip. Let's see here. Why don't you go ahead and skip page 27 through 32. You got those okay, Paul? Okay.
Yeah, I'm writing them all down.
Daddy,
And then, yeah, buddy.
I really need help.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Just smash it.
Daddy, look it.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a second, buddy. Okay. So this is the one I want you to pay attention to a little bit. It says time 45 minutes. We're going to do this in school, but I want you to read through here and get an understanding of what's happening. There's no test, but I want you to read through. Don't freak out when you start to space out and you don't get what's going on. Keep pushing through. It'll make more sense as we continue, but this is kind of where we have to start, is getting you prepped. So they're going to have you go through. Don't worry about hooking this stuff up. You can take your breadboard out if you want. You can look at some of these components if and get familiar with what's in the electronics and stuff like that. Go ahead and play around, but don't actually go hooking up anything. You can hook up, don't hook it up to any power or anything. Okay. And so just now take a look at this. Can you see how this page here has a number 1 and a number 2 and a line going off to the left? We have to think about this as a book. So it actually goes to the left, which means you can see these lines come over here. So page 34 is the left page and page 35 is the right page. So if you get confused about some of this wording. What's up, buddy? Okay. You there? Okay. All right. So then don't worry about this paper thing. This ignore that, Let's see here. Then it talks about the code. And it just kind of, buddy, you got to be quiet, okay? I got to talk to my students. Oh, dang, dude, you did scratch yourself. Hey, you got to talk to my students, okay? Can you be quiet? So it talks about the code. You guys are going to get super confused. I don't understand a lot of this, but I understand enough to get this process done. So you're just going to breeze through here. Don't worry about getting too confused on what's saying what. Again, if you look at here, kind of like this blue stuff here, it goes off the page to the page below it. So, you know, if you get confused why this is, you got to think about it looking at it like a book. Okay, buddy, just put that down. That's great. So, you know, this page you're not even gonna read, right? Because it's not gonna make any sense to you, but take a look at it. And they kind of go through resistors. Let's go back up to the top of this. So we'll actually do this in class. We'll build the circuit. So don't feel like you have to do this. Just use the pictures to look at. We'll plug the power, the negative, all these individual wires, the resistors, the LEDs. We'll do that in class. So don't feel like you have to tackle this, and don't feel like you have to really do much. I just want you to read and get familiar.
Daddy.
And then you can stop at where's the next exercise start here? I want you to actually read the resistor stuff. So you can stop at page 41. Again, I know that sounds like a lot.
Daddy.
Buddy, you got to be quiet just for 5 minutes, okay?
What are these for? Your drill, we need big ones?
Yeah, those are for drills. Okay, but you got to be quiet for just 5 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. So I want you to go through these. I know it sounds like a lot of reading. If you're reading a section and it gets too much for your brain, move on to the next section. I just want you guys to be seeing some stuff, getting familiar with this stuff. We're going to actually go through the steps in class on Thursday. We're going to look at the electronics. We'll wire the circuit. I will review a lot of the stuff that you have to read for Thursday. I'll review what's important. But I mean, this is going to take you, you know, a couple hours, maybe an hour. You get most of this done, I would say, in class time. So just go through reading up until page 41, minus those sections I told you to skip. A lot of pictures, not a lot of reading. Trust me, I wouldn't give you a lot of reading because I don't like to read. So go through this stuff. We'll go through the electronics kit and stuff, but I want you to have some time to read. So reading, then we'll unpack this stuff on Thursday. And then we're going to start soldering some simple stuff like our LED lights, the 2 little wires we can solder together. And then we'll get into more soldering. We'll get into more electronics, and I'll keep repeating the hell out of myself. And this way you guys will get an idea of how simple or how complex just getting a couple lights going, and that'll help you with your design again. And then we'll go over the weekend and you guys will make adjustments to your design. Maybe you'll come up with some different stuff that's got to happen to it. Maybe you're going to increase the complexity. See,
Look at that.
that's pretty good. Hey, you need to wash your face. Go wash your face. Silly boy.
Ow.
Go wash your face.
Thank
Thank you. So, any questions on all that stuff? I know it seems like a lot, but it's really not too much reading if you look at how much it's spaced and how many pictures are in here. Any questions? Anybody want to talk about anything before we cut short here?
For those of you that didn't get the pages, there's an assignment up on the Canvas site with all the pages that you have to read.
I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. And you guys can reach out to me. I'm available. You see how much my kid's trying to talk to you guys. We just can't do this for 2 hours. So I'll be around if you guys need any help, if you want to discuss anything. Is there anybody that wants to talk about anything before I shut down here? Any general stuff? Any specific questions?
Dave said yes in the chat.
Was that? Everybody's good?
Dave said he would like to talk in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Daddy, let me do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Dave? So if everybody else
Sorry.
is good, hold on 1 second, Dave. So if everybody else is good, you guys can take off. I'm gonna sit here and talk with Dave. If you need to talk, you can hang out and we can talk afterwards as well. All right. Thank you. What's up, David?
So I did the electrical part that you told me to do my research.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd show you real quick before we leave. So I took the relay. There's a relay on here. Not relay, transformer.
Mm-hmm.
So I dumped down the voltage. I just bypassed it. You can kind of see
Hell yeah.
that there's 2 leads, I just bypassed it instead of taking it out. So then that goes to here, the momentary switch, so that's 24 volts AC that goes to the relay. So that is separate power. So the low voltage this button, but then there's power that goes to the relay that's 120 volts at high amperage to the cement mixer.
Nice.
So then when I click the button,
That's kind of funny.
That's awesome, dude.
so now I just have to make it smaller.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. We want to kind of design it so it works, and then we can stuff it all in a box, make it look pretty. Think about our ideas a little bit more after, once we get the electronics working. So that's basically what I want everybody to kind of do is like figure out what they're going to get at work for at electronics, and then we can worry about our design kind of on top of that. So great job. Yeah, I think that puts you ahead, so you can start thinking about your design if you want to bring other fabrication, metal or wood or other things like that in with the 3D printing. I think you're in a great place where you can focus on that stuff. Cool. Great job, man. I would just think maybe one little thing, like maybe you can put a light on there. Think about how you can hook up a little, just a little LED or something. Kind of indicate that it's on. That'd be kind of cool. A red light or a green light or just one light or something. But yeah, I'd say start working on your design.
Okay.
Great job, man.
Thank you.
Miranda?
Hey, hi, before you have to go, I was wondering, can I send my refined sketches over email? Oh, okay. I didn't know where to put them because I already submitted my sketches.
Yeah, just email them to me. We can talk about it.
Okay. Okay,
Cool.
awesome. I found that EL wire for only $14.
Nice.
So I'm gonna order it when I get paid.
Well, let's figure out if that's gonna work for you. Let's look at the design. I don't want you to get anything too hasty just because we gotta go through some stuff yet, but that's awesome. That's great news.
Okay. Well, have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up? I just kind of put together my a little bit more research and then 3D printed a little. Like I don't really do so much sketching as I just jump right into Rhino, kind of like you do.
The same thing.
Yeah.
I'm very similar.
I can just show you what I've got so far.
Sounds great.
Okay. So this stuff.
Wow.
Just wanted to talk about like how I could use this as a solution for social distancing. This is an example of projected text, just to kind of show that light filters and projection of words is possible. You could expand that to projection mapping, all that kind of cool stuff. But that's a lot to take on, so I was thinking of just kind of being more reminiscent of this style, so just projecting light in a meaningful way. Wearables, belts, because I want it to be belt mounted. I was thinking about laser beam sensors and reflecting back, but I don't think it could fit within a belt buckle package. So I may or may not, like that's kind of a conceptual idea that I would like to get way in the future, but I just want this light to work at first. That's just more of the obstacle sensors. This is the proof of concept I had shown originally of just how simple light filters can alter a circular beam. And this is all the components I would need to really fit into my small package. So I'm just figuring out, I just need to change batteries, figure out if the voltages will work for the level of light I want to project. And then, yeah, let me show you my print that I just popped out. So I'm thinking of filters like this and there. So everything fits in this box, kind of, and I left a spot for a button. Those little square, these little guys that were in there. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'd gotten a little more stuff done. I've been in kind of a dark place lately, so it's just been a little slow going. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute out some conversation here. So I would maybe, like, I think you're at a good place to maybe stop and start playing with light. Maybe you just create one where there's a hole in the back and you can stick your cell phone light in the back or something, or a flashlight. Yeah, just something where you can, I would say have it closed off except for the light. So maybe just a little hole where you can put a flashlight in there, or a flashlight, or
shine stuff through.
Yeah.
See how this projects. I think you went mute again.
Sorry, he muted me. I think starting to experiment with some of those basic ideas of light, and just getting the projection to work out, because then you can figure out like how much light do you need, how bright does it have to be, because a couple of LEDs is going to do the trick for you. You don't need to go with big incandescent bulbs and a bunch of fat batteries. You know, you can stack little batteries and stuff like that. So I'd start playing even with the light on your phone or a flashlight, get some of those things to work. And then, you know, do you have to be really close to that opening, or do you have to be far away? Start figuring out what you need for that type of space, and then we can worry about packing everything in separately or in addition to that, or whatever the case is going to be.
Dad, can I go?
Yeah, that looks. You want to go? What'd you say?
I said, can I
Sorry. I think you're in a good spot. I think that's kind of what we need to do. Same as David, kind of figure out some of the mechanical, figure out some of the function, and then your ideas can spawn off of that, because the shape of the electronics, the size might inspire you to change your shape of your housing or whatever it might be. So I think that's awesome. I think keep it simple. Try not to overdo it. And then once you can create this, then you can oversimplify it later. Then you can do version 2, version 3, version 4, and then get to where you actually want to be. But maybe this is just your prototype.
Heck yeah. Cool.
That's awesome.
What I like, so the breadboards and the Arduino stuff, that's all for like prototyping your circuit, right?
That is for if you want to program it to do something. So if you just want a simple on-off switch with a light, that's all you have to do for your project. You don't have to incorporate the Arduino, but we're going to use the Arduino in class, show you what it can do, and then if you decide to incorporate it, you can, but you've already done the work and we'll do it together. So you'll still get the exposure, but I'm not going to actually make you put it into the assignment. But you'll create a small side project with it, and then you can reuse it for your project if you want to.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, so I want to give you guys the experience, but not force it down your throats either, you know, because some people are like, I just don't care about this, and if I have to make it do things, it doesn't really. I don't want to have to. You have to fit your concept around it totally a little bit, like make something light up. But I just want to show another element, not just something static, but now we can bring in more of an interactive type of element to our digital fabrication.
For sure, I dig it.
Awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
What's up?
Thank you.
No problem. Thursday, we'll talk more about it Thursday. So just get some of the reading done. Again, take it lightly. Don't get too. I don't read very much, so I don't want to read a bunch of stuff. That's why it's nice to get a lot of pictures and all that stuff. So get what you can get done on that, and hope you're feeling better, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Later, guys.
Take it easy. All right, Paul. You feel okay about what you got to do?
Yeah, can I quickly just share my screen?
Please do.
See if I'm on the right track here. Let's see. Still not used to everything being in a different spot. All right, you can see this?
Yep.
Is this what you're looking for?
Yeah. Just something simple. I don't need pictures or anything. We're going to go through all that in class. That's perfect, dude.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and then for the wires, I'm not going to put individual colors for them because everyone has different colors.
Yeah, just put various wires.
I've been doing like 5x4, 5 different colors, 4 wires each, and so.
Sounds good to me, man. That's
All right.
perfect. Then we can actually go through that in class. I was going to do it in class today by showing this stuff, but it'd be nice if they had a list to go to. And I do want them to be able to stop it, dude. I do want them to be able to go through some of the stuff before we get our hands on as well. So this couldn't happen at a better day for me, honestly.
All right, cool. And then I'll just send this to you. So I'm basically done with it. I just have to put in all the wires and stuff, and then I'll send it to you, and you can check it. That'll be
I'm not
that.
gonna check it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna
All
put it
right,
up.
well-
Right. If I check, if there's something wrong with it on Thursday, then we can correct it then.
All right.
There's not much to it. I trust you completely, so I'm not worried about it.
Daddy, are
All right. Sounds good.
Cool.
these your glasses?
Sure. Wear 'em.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Chad.
All right. Later.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you, Paul.
Yeah, no problem.
Take this